How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today we're going to fix the one thing that makes this car so rare in the Lamborghini world, and that is that manual stick shift. And if I mess up, it's a lot of money to replace it, so it's probably good that I'm fixing it with an angle grinder. Please wish me luck. I'm going to need it. Every time I get into this car, it never gets easier. Maybe I should put a seat in here. Ooh, okay, that's sharp. So if you guys are new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoy this video because we're breaking records today. I'm very certain that this modification or this repair has never been done by anyone, ever. And what I'm talking about is the fact that this shifter is welded, and it's welded very, very poorly, and it's welded at an angle. So the shifter goes up and then it goes off at a weird angle, and although I can shift through the gears, I can't put the gate on. And this gate I had to get on eBay because the car mysteriously didn't come with one. This cost $700. But the reason why this came off in the first place was when this car was in Iceland and it was filming for all the scenes, this actually broke. And that, believe it or not, is a common issue with these cars when they're in colder climates. You see the metal fatigues. I know that the later LP640s did not have this problem, but the earlier O2s and O3s did. And there's a lot of threads on the Lamborghini forums about people with broken shifters. The thing that makes this such a pain in the butt is the fact that Lamborghini, in their infinite wisdom, made this shifter rod very, very hard to take out. It's not impossible, but it is very difficult to take out while the drivetrain is still intact. A lot of Lamborghini techs will tell you that you'd have to take out the transmission to do this job, to take out this assembly. But I don't think that's the case, and hopefully we won't have to figure that out. I think I can do all my repairs here in the car, which is going to be a daunting task, but if push comes to shove, hopefully I won't be underneath the car getting demonetized from all the cursing I'm doing. So what sets this shifter apart from any other shifter, including the one in my Gallardo, is the fact that the shift knob does not come off. The shift knob and the rod is one piece of turned aluminum, titanium, steel, I don't know what it is, and it only comes off right here. It's a threaded rod into this lower rod right here. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna take off all this welding and maybe repair it with some tools I have. And I'm gonna attempt not to weld this just because I don't know what kind of metal it is and I don't know what the integrity is, and also I'm not a very good welder. So I'm gonna run what I brung. Let's get to grinding. That did not sound right. So all you Honda boys that think that you have a short throw shifter, bruh. All right, so here is the mangled mess that now is my shifter. And as you can see, they did a lot of hackery. So this is all welded. I still need to take off with a grinder. If we move it back a little bit, I need to figure out if I'm going to be tapping this, maybe just shortening it and tapping it to just screw on the shifter, or maybe welding something on, but my welding skills are not that good, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. But let me show you what the shifter looks like. Ta-da! Take a look at that. This is a shifter for a Lamborghini Murcielago, and it is made out of one piece of looks like steel, or it's coated in something, so I'm not sure what it is. And also I nicked it right here, so that can be on the other side of the shifter. This was pretty easy to take off. As you can see, I actually ground this down a little bit on my grinding wheel, and if you take a look inside, there are threads, and these are threads that aren't too exotic. They're M8 by 125, and it's something that I could probably thread a bolt through if I need to weld something on to there. So this is actually in pretty good shape, and I don't have to do anything to this, but the majority of the work, actually all of the work, is going to be to that. Now let me show you another issue with this. So there's a little piece that goes on here, this guy that goes on there, and then this guy goes on here. So as you can see, we need to really make this clean, and if I go too far down, it's not going to be able to shift into the gears, especially reverse, because it has to go all the way across and then up. So I have to be as close to stock as humanly possible, but thankfully I have a friend. You guys know him. He's Tony the Welding Jedi.
Hey there.
How you doing, dude? Haven't seen you in a while.
Very happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome. What do you think about the car?
It's going to be amazing. Work in progress.
See, I like that you have that kind of confidence, because I certainly don't. Tony's here because I think I'm gonna weld this, and when I say I'm gonna weld it, I mean he's gonna weld it. And I mean, you could teach me how to weld it, but I think this is kind of a big thing that I don't want to screw up. And you know, I can be behind the camera and I can show them some nice slow motion shots of you doing some TIG stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Catch you one day.
Definitely. So what we're gonna do is I still have to grind this flat, and then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do to weld on a new piece to make sure that it never, ever, ever breaks again. All right, take a look at that. I cut a little bit more off and I ground it down just to make sure that everything is flat. Now, what I have to do is, let me show you right here. Here is the shift knob, and as I mentioned before, it's threaded inside. Now this is the stock piece that came off, and it's pretty small, and you can tell where it failed right here. So this basically acts as a bolt, and it just wasn't strong enough. So what I did is I got this bolt. This is actually from my Ferrari, so Ferrari parts are helping to fix this Lamborghini. So this is a M8 by 125 bolt, and I just cut it down. This threads in almost all the way, but it stops, and you can see that there's actually one or two threads that I need to cut down some more. But I left a little bit here just so it's gonna go into the gate. Now let's assemble this and see if this is the length that we need. So this is a little bit crudely put together, but you can see what I mean. So this is as far to the side and as far up as it's gonna go. And I'm not seeing a lot of room that we can just weld on some threads. So we're gonna have to actually put in a little bit of that, the bolt shaft. That's gonna look okay, but I want this to be as flush as possible to make sure that we don't see any of the bolt if we can spare it. We're gonna have to mess around with sizing, but I think this is totally doable, especially because there's a really good surface to weld to, both on the bolt and on the rod. All right, fingers crossed. Let's get this done. right, guys, take a look at this. Focus. There we go. This looks like new. This looks like it was factory made like that. So, what do we do? What did you do? Because I didn't do anything.
We welded a bolt on there.
Yeah, we did. So we went to Fastenal and we got a grade 12.9 bolt, which is the highest tensile strength bolt that they have, and we just cut it to size. And you also did some magic to make sure that the weld penetrated as far as it could, right?
Yeah, I had to. We cut the bolt off, ground it down to a point. So whenever I welded it, it gave it 100% weld. So
yeah.
It's like a solid piece of steel now.
Awesome. So yeah, basically we made like a little V right there. So you didn't really need to weld it all that much. You just needed to put like, 4 or 5 tacks in there, right?
Yeah, they're deep tacks though.
They go on both sides, and it looks really good. So there's a little bit of discoloration here. So how can we get that out?
Emery cloth, sandpaper, just even a file.
And what kind of welding wire did you use?
I used stainless steel 316.
I'm obviously worried about this, breaking off if I'm shifting sort of briskly. Is this something I'm gonna have to worry about in the future?
I'd like to say with my welds, no.
So what I think is the weld is not gonna break. If anything, what's gonna break is the bolt. What's gonna break is, right up here. But I don't think so, because that's where, this bolt is really tough and really strong. So this should last a very, very long time. And so we can see what it all looks like, let's kind of put it together. So this goes right here. So the way we got this all straight is we put the shifter on while it was still tacked up, and then we just kind of put it, we just kind of gave it a few whacks to one side or another. So let's put the all-important piece on. Ooh, look at that. And the piece de resistance. Yeah. Now I can take it on and off. Dude, that looks fantastic. Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
You should be, dude. This is amazing, and it feels really, really good. I can't wait to bolt this down, and I can't wait to actually drive this on the road. This looks freaking amazing, dude. All right, guys, that is it for today's episode. I'm super pumped about how this came out. Now I have an actual gated manual in my Lamborghini Murcielago. I have to pinch myself, but I have to thank this guy right here for getting all that done. He's the real MVP, Tony the Welding Jedi. And where can they follow you? Just on, I guess, Facebook?
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah. Tony doesn't do social media, but I think he should. Write in the comments if you think Tony should do social media and get out there more. I really think he should.
I got some ideas.
Yeah, he has some ideas. But until next time, this is me reminding you guys that on cars like this that are this much closer to their first test drive, and hopefully that is going to be a good one, you guys need to wrench every day.